Perfect. So these two factors have nothing in common. So let me just refresh your memory. If I have 1/2 minus 1/3, these two factors have nothing in common, so then the least common denominator must be the product of the two. 2 was multiplied by 3, so the numerator has to be multiplied by, this is not a fraction line, this is a reminder. You multiply 2 by 3 to get 6, I have to multiply the numerator by 3 as well. Same thing here, 3 times what is 6? It's 2. This is just a reminder. I have to multiply the top by 2. So 3 times 1, then I copy minus 2 times 1. So then the answer is 1/6. In the same way, we have to address this. Exactly the same. I know it's more confusing because of x in there, but we are not deterred. So what is the reminder here? What do I need to multiply the numerator by? So what was this multiplied by to get this?
1.
This was multiplied by 1 to get this? No.
X plus 2 squared.
Brilliant. Indeed, x plus 2 squared. So remember, 2 times what is 6? I did not write 1 here. 2 times what is 6 is 3. Good. Awesome. What about this here? What was this multiplied by to get all this?
X plus H plus 2.
Squared. Excellent. Well done, guys. Good. So then, x plus 2 squared times 1, I know what that is. Can anyone give us the formula? Can anyone square this for us in a blink? Anyone?
X squared plus 4.
X, brilliant, plus 4. Always 3 terms. Great job. Now, this one is difficult because remember, I have to get those 9 terms. So I'm going to put the minus in front because there is a minus right here, and then square this. Open a parenthesis and then multiply. X times x, x squared. X times h, xh. X times 2, 2x. H times x, xh. Watch me run out of room. H times h. H times 2. 2 times x. 2 times h. And then 4. Close the parenthesis. Okay. So now remember what we said last time. You can never forget this. Okay, what did we say? 2 things have to happen. All terms without h in the numerator must cancel out. And h in the denominator is the second step. After the first step is done, the second step, h in the denominator must disappear. So this should be in your condensed notes, in your notebook, the tiny notebook that I highly recommend. The piecewise, an example of the piecewise defined function, the average rate of change, the difference quotient, and an example of this should be in your tiny notes so you can flip quickly when you need it to it. Okay? Good, so I don't need this page now. Okay, perfect. What am I doing? So here I am. I'm going to use the triangle now. So I'm going to flip the denominator and I'm going to write it again because now I have to distribute a negative sign and combine these like terms, so it's a little bit more work than. So when I flip 1 over h, it's the h in front, x plus 2 squared, x plus h plus 2, everything squared. Now, x squared plus 4x and plus 4. So we have x squared, so minus x squared. Then I have an xh with another xh. So this is 2xh with minus in front. Then I have 2x and 2x, 4x with minus in front. Then I have 2h and 2h, 4h with minus in front. I wrote it before I said it. That's why I have my props here ready. Okay, negative h squared So that's done, and -4. Now the moment of truth. I'm hoping. Gone, gone, gone. I have 3 remainder terms at the top. They all have something in common. Can anyone tell us what they have in common? Maybe now Mariana can tell us. I just want to hear her voice once. Oh, she doesn't have a microphone. Okay.
H.
Yes, but I'm going to also put negative with your permission. Okay, what is left?
-2.
We already took the negative outside. So
Oh,
2x,
sorry.
good.
2x minus 4.
We already took the negative outside.
Oh my god.
Plus 4.
Plus h.
Excellent. So now the second step happens, and that's the final simplified form. Do not forget the denominator. No one can eliminate that. This is it. Very good. Anything else? Do we have other questions for me? Stacy, is this okay? Is it better?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. So remember what we do in class, 99% triggers what you have to do at home. But sometimes, as I said, please bring any question to class, because there is no way I can touch up upon everything. Okay. Other questions for me? Anyone? Tess, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, if the final simplifies, if it is can cancel out, we can do that or not?
That would be a tragedy.
Mhm.
Simplifying terms and factors, that would be a tragedy. Never. We only simplify factors. We only simplify factors. I cannot simplify terms. Good. Other questions for me? Anyone?
Thank you.
Thank you. Other questions? Anyone?
This is not a question. It's just like what I see. Like the end, it's always gonna be ending at 2x plus h plus 4.
That has nothing to do with anything. It just happened.
Okay.
It happened because you're talking about this situation. It just happened because the function was also quadratic with x squared. So this one had an x squared. And it happened that, no. It was by coincidence. Is that your question, Rocky?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, by coincidence. This could be 7 or 17 or 105. No. It just happened. Good. Very good questions. Anything else? Other questions for me? Okay, so I'm back. I'm going back to the book. Where is my book? Okay, I found it. I'm sharing my screen. And where am I? What page am I on? Well, we're looking at the domain. Yes, page 33. Where's my keyboard? Okay, got it. So why doesn't it, am I logged out? I may be logged out. Give me 1 second. Let me try again. Okay, I'm clicking again. Okay, I guess I was logged out or something. Okay, it's working now. Thank you for your patience. Here it is. So last time we looked at few examples on domain and range. So maybe we want to go back to a couple of questions. Do we have any more questions on how to find the domain or how to read from a graph? Anyone? Any questions? Any questions? Okay, so then I would like to look at a few examples when the function, the graph is not given to us, but we're given the expression or the equation, if you'd like, and we're asked to find the domain from that, not from the graph. So I don't know, let's start with 49. And I'm on page 4. I'm going to copy 49, and then I'll stop sharing 49. So we have 2x divided by x squared minus 25. Can anyone tell us what type of function this is? We're asked to find its domain. What type of function is it? Is it quadratic? Is it linear? Is it radical? What type of function is it?
Quadratic.
So a quadratic function will look like this. A quadratic function cannot have a denominator. If it has a denominator, it's not quadratic. If it has a denominator as a number, it's quadratic. But if it has x in the denominator or the variable in the denominator, it cannot be quadratic. This is awesome because once you answer, I know what to correct. If you don't answer anything, then I don't know what to correct. Anyone else will tell us what? Say it again.
Inverse.
I don't know a function that is called inverse.
Is it exponential?
An exponential function will look like this, with a base and exponent.
Okay.
This is awesome because that's the only way I can correct your ideas.
Is it a rational function?
It's a rational function because it has a ratio. Once you see the ratio, it must be a rational function as long as it has the variable in the denominator. If it doesn't have the variable in the denominator, it's not a rational function. Good. So what could happen to a rational function? That could never happen to a quadratic. It could never happen to an exponential. What is the possible danger?
The denominator being 0.
Correct. So then the denominator cannot be 0. Can anyone tell us what to write?
5.
That 5 is not a denominator.
No.
So,
X equals 5.
so what is the denominator? Can anyone dictate the denominator?
X squared minus 5.
Very good. How do we solve this equation? And first of all, what type of equation is it? And how many solutions does it have? Anyone? What
solutions are quadratic?
It's quadratic. Very good. How many solutions we have to find?
2.
2 solutions. So one option will be to factor. Can anyone give us the factor form?
X plus 5.
Very good. So then from here you will say x cannot be 5 and x cannot be negative 5. Awesome. But we're asked to find the domain, not what x cannot be 5. This is good, but not good enough. So now I have the domain. And in interval notation, negative infinity to negative 5 without negative 5, union, without negative 5, comma 5, without 5, union, without 5 to infinity. What does this mean in plain English? Everything but this and this. Any questions on this problem? Of course not. If you put a square bracket, you are including -5. This specifically means not included. A bracket will be a tragedy in this problem. Very good question. That's why I said not -5. Including means including -5. But that's the problem. We have to exclude those. Good question. Thank you.
What does the U stand for?
Union. Union. Or. That's how we present the interval notation. In other words, you can pick X here, or here, or here. Anywhere here, you can pick X and the function exists. Good. Now, one thing that I've noticed that a couple of you, when I say please upload this or that, they just upload something. Moving forward, I cannot give credit. Please don't upload something, but upload what we are talking about. I'll let you know, please. Okay, good. So now let me share my screen and go back here to the next page, because I'd like us to look at a word problem so we can move on. So, for example, incidence of breast cancer. The following graph approximates the incidence of breast cancer, I, right here, I of X, per 100,000 women as a function of age, X, function of age, X in years. The equation for this graph is given to us here. And they graphed it for us. It's a fourth degree function. Use the graph to estimate the domain of this function. Can anyone give us a domain for this function from problem 63?